What's up, y'all? Quick rant for y'all, right? So, when you understand, right, the mechanics of looking at things from the inside rather than the outside, you see that the view from the inside is not as generous. So, not only that, I need you to realize that when you're in the middle of building something, you have access to every moment of effort, every moment of doubt, and every day that felt like it was not producing visible movement forward, right? So in those days, those times when you have access to that, you don't just remember it, you carry it. That's why you have access to it. And that weight, it changes how you see progress. From the outside, we all know people clap for the outcome. They see the momentum, the growth, the success. It's clean, it's packaged, it's easy to respect, right? But from the inside, you remember the days you almost quit. You remember the nights where discipline had to replace motivation because motivation wasn't even in the room. You remember executing with no applause, no validation, and no immediate return either. So when things finally started to move, you don't celebrate the same way other people do. You don't go out to clubs. You don't spend all your money that you made on extravagant things. You just don't do that. Because at the end of the day, you know the truth. It was never as smooth as it looked. It was never as fast as it seems. And it damn sure definitely wasn't as supported as people assumed that it was. And this is why builders tend to move different. You see, builders, we're not driven by the highlight. We're driven by the memory of what it took to survive the process. And once you've seen behind the curtain, just like that, you stop chasing the optics. You start building systems. You start respecting discipline over emotion. You start playing long term while everybody else is just reacting for the short term. And sadly, that last part, that's a real gap because most people admire the outcomes, right? But very few people are built to endure the process that creates them. So if and only if you're in that phase right now where it feels like nothing is moving, understand this clearly. You are not behind. You're in the part of the story where most people would fold. So this is where you have to stay structured. This is where you have to stay disciplined because when it finally clicks for you, you won't just have the results, but you will also have the proof that you can actually build under pressure. And that's a different level of power that no or very few people will ever get to experience. That's part of being in the top 1%.